Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this amazing Spider-Man 2 figure, and it's by mafex, and this is through Medicom, and this is number 4, and this is the packaging for it, and this thing is huge. I got the deluxe edition. This thing is about 13 and 3/4 of an inch high, and it's a ginormous box, and there's a picture of Spidey. And then the reason why this box is so big is because it comes with the magnetic base for you to have Spider-Man climbing the wall, and he comes with a lot of accessories too. So let's get this packaging open and take a look at the figure and all the accessories. Alright, and here's everything. So it'll be easier for me to show you all the accessories through here. So let's start off with this manhole cover, and then we have a piece of webbing, and we have the megaphone, and then we have the fireman hat, and then 3 webbings. Then we have the skateboard, his backpack, and then the set of hands. Well, these are the, well, supposedly, because I have them on here, on the figure right now. These are supposed to be the magnetic hands, but I switched them out with the regular hands. And then these are supposed to be the magnetic feet, and again I switched them out already. And then here we have the canister from Oscorp, and then we have a cell phone, a mask, then we have Peter Parker head sculpt, and then some gesture hands, webbing hands, shooting web hands, fist, and webbing hands, I think, and then some relaxed hands or some other stuff. And then we have this fireman hose right there. So that's everything as far as the figure is concerned. And then we have the magnetic base, which is a piece of metal, and then we have webbing with suction cups on them, and then there's the base for the metal piece, and then a regular mafex base for the Spider-Man. And here's a magnetic base, fully assembled. There's the front. Here are the magnetic pieces. We have the hands and the feet. And here's what you could do with Spider-Man. That is very cool. So now he is on this piece of wall, and he is climbing. Well, he's just on the wall, not really climbing. I'll show you a pose of him climbing. But yeah. Very nice. The magnets work great with this figure, and definitely a great addition to the set. This set costs a lot. It's about 75 bucks. So you are paying a lot more for this figure, but I think it's worth it because you do get this amazing looking wall. The fact that this is magnetized, and well, his limbs are magnetized, but really cool, really fun, lots to do with this. And here you can actually have Spider-Man climbing the wall. I'm so excited for this figure. The fact that it's so posable that you could actually get him to do the spider walk on the wall. Now, how cool is this? Just look at that. Scaling up the wall. Possibility for the Spider-Man is endless. And this is by far the best Spider-Man, other than the other mafex Spider-Man from the first movie. And other than that, I don't think there's another Spider-Man that well, actually, the Figma one, it's pretty good too. That one could also do a lot of cool poses, but any of the Hasbro stuff, no, they won't be able to do something like this. But you are paying for it, because Hasbro stuff are only 20 bucks, and this is far more than 20 bucks. And here I have Peter Parker with his cell phone, and one thing about the cell phone is that there's no detailing on it. It's just a piece of black plastic with a strip of silver running all around it. Oh man. And this is another thing that's really wrong with the Spider-Man. It's the fact that he has fairly loose joints. And his knees are very, very weak, and same thing with the ankles, and even the hips are kind of loose. So as far as his figure is concerned, he does have a lot of loose joints, and here he has his backpack on. Let me rotate him over here. Here you can see the backpack with the skateboard. So let's get a closer look at Spider-Man. He is painted with metallic red on him, which is a bit weird. Don't know why they did that, but it's not that distracting, unlike a Figma, where their metallic gets really bright. And this one, it's alright. I mean, on camera here you can barely tell that it's metallic red, but it is a metallic red that they chose to paint this guy with. And as far as his articulation, the head is on a ball joint, and then base of the neck there's another ball joint, and then the shoulders a ball hinge, and then inward there's a ball joint attached to his inner chest area, and then the bicep there's a rotation joint, and then we have double jointed elbows, and then ball hinge wrists, and then the chest there's a ball joint, and then the waist there's a ball joint, and then the hips a ball joint, and double jointed knees, ball hinge ankles, and there's also a hinge joint around the toes. So as far as articulation, he is very good, but he does suffer from loose joints. And here now I have him with a fireman hat on and a megaphone, and he's still on the wall. Here's a good look at the canister, and then the skateboard. The skateboard does not have any of the markings that are on the skateboard. Again, there's the megaphone, and there's the fireman hat. And let's get a closer look at the rest of them. Not sure whether I showed this or not, but there you go. Still look at the back side of him. And here's Spider-Man from the back side. The blue is really dark, just like how he looked in the film, I believe. And then there's the new Spider-Man spider logo. And there's the rest of him. And here's just a pose of him crouching, and you could definitely tell a lot of other Spider-Man figures won't be able to do something like this. And the fact that he is so low on the ground, that makes him really poseable. And it's all due to the hips. Those hips are really great, but they are loose. So you are, if you're on the fence, I say get it. But if you really hate loose joints, then don't get it, because you are definitely gonna have loose joints with this figure. And even if you don't get it straight out of the box, after a few times of posing him, I'm sure you're gonna get loose joints out of this figure. And here you have those really awkward Spider-Man unnatural pose. You could still give him those poses. Like those really non-human type of poses. This figure could definitely achieve those as well, like you see in the comics. And here's what the mafex Spider-Man looks like standing next to the Marvel Legends Spider-Man. And this figure stands about 6.5 inches in height. So he's he will fit pretty well with the Legend stuff, I would imagine, because the Legend Spider-Man is same height as the mafex one. The limbs are a little bit shorter than the Legends, but still, height-wise, they're about the same. So overall, I highly recommend this thing because the selling point of this figure is the posability and the fact that it comes with so many accessories, and this lovely wall here, this magnetic wall. Yeah, and just look at that Spider-Man pose. The fact that he could actually achieve a pose like this, where he's climbing up a wall, it's priceless. I mean, that's the reason why we want Spider-Man, is because he could do these poses. So yeah, I highly recommend this thing. Just like the first mafex Spider-Man, I highly recommend that as well. And this is the other one that I highly recommend. If you missed out on the first one, this is definitely a must-have if you want a Spider-Man that could achieve any type of poses you could think of. This is by far the best Spider-Man out there. Even though it's pricey, I still think it's worth it and highly recommend this thing. So there you go, mafex Spider-Man from by Medicom. This is number 4 on the deluxe set. Thanks for watching.